Support for Arkansas PBS Sports comes from Wendy's, who invite you to try their new breakfast burrito to get your morning rolling. It's available at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Landron Blocker leads all scores right now with 4. Jamil Wesley, Tristan Watson, both with triples to extend the lead to 10. The only points for Farmington thus far, Lane Taylor, a reverse layup. That's where we're at now, a baseline inbounds for the Warriors as they look to add to the lead. They started out 10-0 for Farmington. Got onto the board. Good defense for Little Rock Christian. Both teams really have good defense, but going to figure out who's hotter tonight. Left wing triple. Got another one. 3 from JoJo Holloway.
Again, those role players are going to matter. You converge on Andrews, you converge on Block, you converge on Wesley. Going to leave somebody open, and Holloway makes them pay.
Holloway's older brother, Andrew, on the coaching staff. He played at SAU. Good talent all around. There's a lot for between both these sides, whether from family, coaches, what have you. As Taylor looks to drive one-on-one on Blocker, well defended, and Landron Blocker wins the battle. Looking for the corner. That was the feed to Jamil Wesley. He brings it back out high now to set things up. Do you still like the zone from Farmington, Bobby?
You're going to have to stretch it out a little bit more. As a 1-3-1 look at least, or a 2-3 matchup, depending on how they rotate. You're going to have to get out there and close, which is obviously going to open up that diagonal pass and maybe crash into the rim.
Andrews picks up the dribble. Wesley handed his face, rims out on the 3, and Farmington getting the stop they need. They need to turn it into points.
Little Rock Christian averaging almost 70 points a game. They want to push the pace. Farmington going to have to try to keep up.
Lane Taylor thought about the step back. Nice divvy to the left corner. 3 off the side and rimming out. And Little Rock Christian looking to run. Wesley, the jump step feed to Holloway. Whistles though, and it's going the other way.
Great job by Taylor to not only get back, but get the feet set, establish position in the lane, forces the offensive foul. Sometimes if you're not working offensively, the best way to get in the game is with your defense.
So Farmington getting the stop that they need. But what they have struggled to do here in the early onset, Bobby, is put the ball through the hoop. This defense of Little Rock Christian's no joke.
You got to find a way to get Jackson Berry involved. Hadn't had many touches on the offensive end. Find a way to get 0 and White. There he is right here.
Berry looking to go against Andrews, gives it off to Taylor. They got him doubled. Finds a way to the baseline, still nothing. They left him on the blow by, and he finishes from close.
That's a great job. You recognize that Taylor's such a threat from the outside, so you give up the drive. Nice little stop. Hits the short jumper from the baseline.
They double up on the track to Blocker, and they take it away. That's Lane Taylor with a steal. 3-on-2 numbers. Trying to take it himself, and that's a charge out of control, Lane Taylor.
We tried to get him with the Euro step. A great job defensively to recognize that. That's all about film study and watching him last week at the state tournament. What does Lane Taylor like to do? Driving to the bucket. Great job getting in front, establishes himself, and takes the ball.
Tristan Watson doing the dirty work as he gets and draws the charge. Big play. He'll bring it up to set up some offense. Into the game for the first time, Corliss Williamson Jr. For the first time as they feed Holloway from deep. Thought about the 3. Cardinals still in that zone. Christian's not had too many problems with it thus far as Mitchell Morris into the game for Little Rock Christian as well. Andrews looks to drive. They've got him doubled. Step back 3. Hand in his face. Can't miss.
That's no defense for that, JB. When you've got 6'7" on the wing, you've got to respect the drive game, but the step back and this rolls into 3. It's a lead of a dozen for the Warriors.
If you're Farmington, what do you do as Teeter feeds up high to Lane Taylor?
Still a lot of time left. You got to get something going. Obviously, Taylor in the 3-point game is a heavy part of your offense. You got to maybe roll him off of 1, if not 2 screens, get him going.
They got the screen. Taylor's 3 might have been partially blocked. That's exactly what they're going to call. So it'll stay with Farmington. But boy, they aren't giving Lane Taylor any breathing room.
Yeah, that's the recipe. Not many teams have figured out how to stop Lane Taylor. But if you can, that's your one chance of beating Farmington. Obviously, they've won 27 in a row for a reason, because not many teams have the defensive capability for 32 minutes, and that's the big key. Not many teams can do it for 4 quarters.
Taylor off the entry. Quick shot up. No good. Little Rock Christian up by 12. A small difference between the shot and the game clock. Ball fake on the baseline. Right wing 3. Morris got another.
Little Rock Christian is on fire from the perimeter. They're knocking it down all spots on the floor, and they're already up 15.
Farmington desperately needing a bucket here to end the first period. Lane Taylor looks to set things up. Probably wait until about 10 seconds. Well, closer to 6 now. There he goes. Step back, hand in his face, launches it short. And that's how the first stanza will come to an end. 19-4. It's all Little Rock Christian here after one period of play. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Is now in session.
Experience the action all over again next week. You can watch all 12 championship games on the PBS app anytime.
Well, getting set for the second quarter of play. Sam Kirkman will be the trigger man, his first time into the game for Farmington as they look to find an answer against the defense. Mason Simpson wants the answer. Money from the corner.
That's exactly the start that Farmington needed. They need something to go their way, and they get it on the opening possession of the second.
You start making buckets, then defense starts picking up. Landron Blocker, he wanted a three, no good, but another offensive rebound. Tipped around, saved inbounds. What a play from Tristan Watson.
Great effort play. There's no tomorrow. Got to turn in the equipment on Monday no matter what happens today. You might as well leave it all out there.
Watson certainly doing that. Blocker on the baseline. Nice swing pass to the top. Pulling for three. Wesley buries it.
Jamil Wesley might be the superstar on a lot of teams in the state of Arkansas. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He's signed to play at Henderson State. Knocks down a 3, gets his offense going.
That's the equalizer to cancel out the 3 from Mason Simpson a moment ago. J.J. Andrews, as well as Trey Howard getting set to check in. Taylor, the nice feed outside. Just not a lot of breathing room for Farmington.
The closeout defense for Little Rock Christian's been really good the first 9 minutes of this game.
Taylor, hand in his face, short again. Offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, great job by Barry to recognize that shot was partially blocked. They're going to travel on this end, but Barry recognized the shot was deflected. He's going to come up short, gets the offensive rebound and his first bucket of the game.
K.D. Hicks, who's in the game with the travel, but boy, look at this loose ball play from Tristan Watson.
This is a great hustle play. That leads to the 3 from Wesley. You'll like to reward your defense, your teammates for making those kind of plays, and Wesley certainly did there.
Now Lane Taylor going to work one-on-one, fading away. Tough finish, well guarded by Trey Howard.
He's just so good in that one-on-one. I was kind of wondering when they're just going to go to the straight isolation, put all 4 other players on one side of the floor, let Taylor go to work on the opposite side.
Trey Howard, one of the best defenders in this Little Rock Christian lineup, and Lane Taylor got the best of it. Wesley looking to go to work. They've set it up now on the right wing. Trey Howard back up top, 3. Off the back of the rim. And another offensive rebound and a foul from Barry. Boy, that has been the recipe for success. Heave up the 3 and then get the offensive board.
Yeah, not many haven't gone down, but the ones that don't, Little Rock Christian's been right there for the offensive rebound, and Barry a little unfortunate there. The long rebound just out of his reach, and the arms get tangled up. He gets whistled for the foul.
That's the 4th offensive rebound after a 3-point miss for the Warriors as they lead it by 11. They try to go down the middle. Nice touch pass to the baseline. That one's off Landron Blocker. In Farmington, the defense holds, and get a chance to score some more here on this offensive possession.
Blocker was pointing up to the sky. He's saying, lob that one up to me. Let me go up and get it. Don't let it down here in the passing lanes. And as you just mentioned, Farmington has a chance to get this one back to double digits after trailing, or excuse me, single digits after trailing by 15 at the end of the quarter.
Taylor, too strong. Good defense. Blocker into rim rocker. My goodness.
He showed off last year in the finals. A few highlight reel dunks, and that time the one-hand tomahawk for the finish.
The Louisiana Tech commit. Boy, the Bulldog fans got to be happy as Lane Taylor. A nice answer, though. Well contested, just beat his defender to the lane.
You feel like Little Rock Christian's okay with Taylor driving to the lane. They say, we'll give you those tough contested shots going to the basket. We're not going to let you beat us from the three-point line.
Blocker gets fouled there on that pass down low. I think he wanted that one to go because he was ready for the jump step, potentially the slam again. Substitutions again. Corliss Williamson Jr. in for Little Rock Christian. Holloway's in as well. Farmington does not have a very deep bench in terms of guys they bring in and like to put in these situations, so they're going to have to keep up with that as well.
Really just a six-man rotation for Farmington.
Kirkman guarding, but another tough finish from Jameel Wesley, and it's back to an 11-point lead.
I mean, you see the physicality that Little Rock Christian plays with on the offensive end of the floor. They can finish through contact.
Taylor, pull up, Jay.
Starting to feel it a little bit. Crossover, got some separation, buries the mid-range.
Now Andrews an answer. It is a shooting clinic. Both teams pulling up. Taylor starting to heat up, as you mentioned. Boy, if he gets going, that's trouble. On the corner, a three back iron miss from Mason Simpson. Back to Taylor, ball fake. Nice feed, but he let him a little too much and throws it away to Sam Kirkman.
Yeah, you see the defense converge. All five jerseys in the lane or around it. Wide open three. It would have been in the corner, but the pass just led him too far out of bounds.
You like the look, but the no look, sometimes when you're not looking, it doesn't go exactly where you want it. 26-15. 3:55 to play until halftime. Little Rock Christian, they're just fine swinging it around until they get the open three. That one's tipped away and stolen by Maddox Teeter. Outlet to Kirkman, lays it up and in.
A great job by Taylor to recognize Kirkman's behind the defense, and that was a strike the football coaching staff might take a look at.
Well, that's cut it back down to single digits. Defense turned into offense for Farmington. Hey, that's recipe for success. Find ways to stop Andrews as Wesley wants a three, and he doesn't get it.
The Farmington crowd starting to crawl back into this one. They were locked in for the girls' game.
Taylor with a left hand, rejected by Landron Blocker.
Yeah, you can let them blow by you when you're 6'7". You have the size, and speaking of size, Andrew muscles down the other end and gets the easy lay-in.
J.J. Andrews, a five-star top 20 recruit by ESPN. His mother, Janetta, played basketball at Western Carolina. His father, Sean Andrews, as you mentioned, but I think he took after his mother when it comes to basketball.
Trying to force that one to Berry and deflect it out of bounds, and this thing has been up and down. If you're a football coach, you might call it a track meet as well. These two up and down, not many stoppages of play. Little Rock Christian still up 11.
28-17, Taylor and Farmington trying to climb back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championship on Arkansas PBS Passport.
It's the most exciting academic competition of the year, and it is live right here on Arkansas PBS. It's the Arkansas Governor's Academic Competition Quiz Bowl 2024 State Championship. Schools from all over the state square off right here in this studio to see who will come out on top. Don't miss a single question. Quiz Bowl 2024. Tune in or stream on the PBS app. Saturday, April 27th, starting at 9 a.m.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryant. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryant. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
We on that next level. We on that next level.
Life is so much easier when you can play above the rim, and Landry Blocker certainly can do that. The one-hand tomahawk, and Little Rock Christian has got a 28-17 lead on Farmington as we hit the home stretch here in the second.
And that was an emphatic dunk from Landry Blocker, the younger brother of Layden Blocker, currently on the Arkansas Razorback basketball team. But my goodness, talent aplenty in this matchup. Lane Taylor, Jackson Berry for Farmington. Don't forget about Mason Simpson. He's a good player as well. And then for Little Rock Christian, it's J.J. Andrews, Jamil Wesley, Landry Blocker. I mean, my goodness, you just pick your poison. Any of these guys are so good. Farmington turns it over. They try to go outlet ahead to Blocker. Heavily contested, nice finish on the run out.
You think that's pretty good defense? Get back there, does Mason Simpson, the 6'6" senior for Farmington. The Blocker just elevates, finishes with the kiss off the window.
Very smooth off the tongue there from our man Bobby Swafford as that shot from Taylor rims out, and then Berry with an unwise foul. A little bit of a frustration trying to make a play and picks up the personal.
Yeah, both those Berry's fouls have been kind of the cheap variety. The hands get tangled up on his first personal foul. That one may be a frustration foul as he hasn't been able to get involved. Now 2 fouls on Jackson Berry. That's something we're certainly going to have to pay attention to as thin as Farmington in the depth department.
Jamil Wesley and company trying to add to a 13-point lead. Andrews will rim out from close, hit every part of the rim. Berry looking to get in on the offensive action. Tough through contact with the left hand.
I like the aggressiveness of Berry. You've seen it on the other end. Now Zero and White's got to be a little bit more physical, get to the rim, get his offensive game going, take some of that pressure off of Lane Taylor.
Well, you like the way he bodied up and just got to the lane. Underneath, J.J. Andrews, hoop and harm from underneath.
The defense tried to converge with the ball fake there, got the defense in the air, and the body control to take the hit. Chance for the old school 3-point play.
Just what a play. Great basketball IQ, getting the defender in the air, and he'll complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. So the lead goes from a baker's dozen now to 14 for Little Rock Christian, their largest.
Every time Farmington kind of seems to like they're climbing back into it, Little Rock Christian gets the big play.
Berry, step back, 3, no good. And off and running again, Little Rock Christian. Boy, they move quickly after a miss. Entry pass Blocker, they have got him heavily guarded. Now up through Wesley, jump step, kicks it out off the tip, 3, Watson, back iron too strong.
You can see that Johnny Taylor's happy with that defense collapse, and there's probably a handful of players over for Little Rock Christian that says if they've got to shoot it, we can live with that. Can't let the 3 superstars beat us.
That's exactly right. You don't want the guys that have beat everybody all year long to beat you. Force their hand a little bit. The Little Rock Christian doing the same with Lane Taylor and Jackson Berry. Taylor trying to create something. You can tell they're running their offense through Taylor and Taylor alone. Through the lane, contact and a foul. Count it as he goes to the line.
That's a great job by Lane Taylor. A little fake like he's going to spin one direction, comes back the other. And that time the Euro step takes the blow and hits a little jumper just outside the circle. Chance for a 3-point play on this end.
Very smooth basketball play from Lane Taylor. As he tries to complete the 3-point play, he'll do just that. Back to 11.
He's now got 13. There's Lane Taylor, 13 of the 21 for Farmington. He's right on pace for his season average. You kind of felt like, though, they're going to need a big game from Lane Taylor tonight to get across that 30-point line.
Yeah, he averages just under 25 points per contest. You need him to play big, but quite frankly, Bobby, for Farmington to win, they probably need one other guy to step up and really contribute as well.
Yeah, they're going to need a big night from him and Berry, or maybe Simpson who steps up.
Yeah.
Little Rock Christian clearly wanting to bleed this one out. Maybe can't hold for the final possession, but they can get close to it. 4-second shot and game clock differential.
For Farmington, they need a big stop. Little Rock Christian wants the bucket, and then if they don't, make or miss, Little Rock Christian's got to play defense. 3 from Wesley, hand in his face and ring it up. Lane Taylor going to try to get a shot off at the buzzer. He'll throw it up, no good. And that's our score at half. 36-22, Little Rock Christian flexing their muscles, Bobby.
Little Rock Christian showing why they're the defending 4A state champion. They've been tough, and now that's why they got a lead going into the break.
36-22 halftime show from Hot Springs coming up. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Welcome back to the Arkansas PBS studios in Conway. Steve Sullivan here along with Christina Munoz. It's halftime again at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, but stay where you are. We've got some good stuff coming up, including a look at the Arkansas PBS Student All-Star team for 2024. But first, there's a basketball team up in Northeast Arkansas with a coaching situation that's just a bit different. We spent some time with Coach Barbara Wilburn of Mark Tree. Let's take a look.
If you're going to be in here, you're going to play basketball.
Consistency, its definition. Conformity in the application of something. Typically that in which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. But there is another definition for consistency. The way in which a substance holds together. Or maybe, who holds it together. At Mark Tree High School, there is no doubt whom in fact does just that.
There's a big deal being made about female coaches or female officials doing men's games, and people talk about how trend-setting that is, but that's been happening in Mark Tree since the late 90s when they made her head coach of a boys program.
I am Barbara Wilburn Covington. I am the head basketball coach for junior and senior high boys basketball here at Mark Tree. Been here 33 years. Honestly, I never knew where Mark Tree, Arkansas was until someone hired me to come to Mark Tree. The kids are great. The community is great. It's just a great small town.
So I actually met Coach Wilburn when I was in junior high, and I was actually out here on this court shooting, and she walked up and she started giving me some pointers, and it was from that moment that, like, I've always looked up to her.
Coach Wilburn, she wants the best for us. Just going out there and playing with her on our side, it just motivates us even more.
Outside of the school walls, she's a huge figure in our community. Everybody knows Coach Wilburn. Everybody's heard the stories, whether they're true or not.
My very first experience with basketball, I can remember, and I think I was in the third or fourth grade, and I was just intrigued that they were running and jumping and playing ball, putting this ball in that little cylinder. So I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I could hear like somebody coming up the steps. The coach says, if you're gonna be in here, you're gonna play basketball. So I've just been intrigued ever since.
Coach Wilburn has a level of intensity that she brings to this gym and to this community, and a level of expectation. The beautiful thing about that is that our kids, like, they embrace that intensity.
She taught me how to play in like bigger schools, like at the same time we all players. Just because they're bigger schools doesn't mean a small town school can come and win.
My philosophy, I think it's just simple. It's simple as being, you know, you got to play defense to win and just have respect.
And that intensity has served some of those young men well. There's tons of things that they've taken away from Barbara Wilburn: her work ethic, her desire to excel, the way she carries herself.
What really kind of tugs at my heart is when we go places and people walk up and say, you got the most respectable kids I've ever seen on a basketball court. I mean, to me, that's just the best. That's just the best.
Coach Wilburn, by all accounts, is running a great program there in Mark Tree. Now, Christina Munoz is here to introduce us to some very talented kids both on and off the court. Christina?
That's right. Thanks, Steve. Earlier in the season, we reached out to coaches all over the state looking for athletes who excel on the court and in the classroom. Here's the Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars class of 2024. We start off with the 1A girls. That is Savannah Pyle with the Emerson High School Pirates. Savannah plans to attend college as a general studies major and explore her options. For 1A boys, we have Kenyon Carter, a junior guard from Marked Tree. Kenyon wants to be a coach or make it to the league. Next up, we have Abby Methvin representing 2A girls. She plays for the Yellville Summit Panthers. Abby has a 3.8 GPA and wants to go to cosmetology school. For the boys in 2A, we've got Cade Barber with the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. Cade has a GPA of over 4.0 and wants to be an anesthesiologist. The Lamar High School Warriors' Corey Sanders is the 3A Girls Arkansas PBS Student All-Star. Corey wants to be a math teacher and a coach. On the boys' side in 3A, we have Sam Maddox representing the Central Arkansas Christian Mustangs. Sam wants to pursue college basketball and likes to spend his spare time playing golf. Halfway through and on to the 4A girls. That's Addison Hudspeth of the Heber Springs Lady Panthers. Addison wants to play college basketball and go to physical therapy school. JJ Andrews with the Little Rock Christian Warriors represents the 4A boys. JJ has a 3.72 GPA and wants to play professional basketball. The 5A girls are well represented by Lakin Moore of the Mountain Home Lady Bombers. Lakin wants to attend college and play basketball and describes herself as a gym rat. The 5A boys, well, that is Luke Stump with the Russellville Cyclones. Luke wants to be a veterinarian and live in Australia. Rounding out the classifications are your 6A Student All-Stars. For the girls, that is Delaney Roller with the Harbor Lady Wildcats. Delaney has signed to play basketball at MSSU and will study business. And finally, for the 6A boys, we have Honor Boateng representing the Little Rock Central High Tigers. Honor plans to attend the University of Missouri and major in engineering. You know, there's a good chance you'll see some of those same athletes again live right here in this studio when we bring you Quiz Bowl 2024 this April. That is definitely something that you will not want to miss. Well, Steve, it is about that time.
Yep, much more coming up in the second half.
That's right here on the home of the high school basketball state finals, Arkansas PBS.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Let me see it bounce, 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 bounce.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena. JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford here at the 4A Boys State title game. Halftime, 36-22. Little Rock Christian leads over Farmington as we take a look at our first half stats.
Really all about that first run from Little Rock Christian. The numbers, the three-point numbers obviously jump off the stat sheet. 7 of 16 from Little Rock Christian's unreal. That's a pace you likely don't keep up with for a full 32 minutes. But you see that it's starting to even out. You know, 10-0 run for Little Rock Christian to start the contest, but they're starting to crawl back into this as Farmington. They're going to have to start knocking down some shots from the perimeter, though, because 10% not going to get it done. They hit 5, maybe 6 threes in the second half. They'll have a chance to get back in it.
Well, it's a 14-point lead for Little Rock Christian. They've knocked down the threes aplenty. Farmington hasn't been able to get very many, only 1 of 10. They've scored from close. Let's take a look at how things shaped up in that first half with our highlights.
Yeah, we're going to start, and it's going to look like a lot of Little Rock Christian. From the first half highlights, everything was going the way of the Warriors. As we saw the numbers there, 7 of 16 from the three-point line. And it really seemed like everything was going their way. The crowd kind of starting to go their direction, his way. But you got to get Lane Taylor going. You got to find a way to get Jackson Berry firing on all cylinders in the first half. Number 0 for Farmington, only 4 points, while he's averaging 17.2 points per game on the season. And here are those first half highlights, and it really was Warriors to start and Warriors to finish. Had a little bit of Farmington in between, but Little Rock Christian showing why they're the defending 4A state champs.
Yeah, you can imagine for Farmington, they can live with that 7 of 16 shooting. They got to cool off at some point. If they don't, they just got to live with that. They have adjusted, started scoring from closer after their 3 wasn't falling. If they're going to have a chance to win, though, they got to hit some 3s and get back in this thing.
Yeah, and what they have to do is they have to be able to keep those runs going. Little Rock Christian, you have to give a lot of credit to them, is they've made plays to stop the run. Look, Farmington would get a bucket to stop and maybe a 4-0, 5-0 run, but never that big run, never that 8-point, that 10-point run, because Little Rock Christian's always had an answer. They are relying on the 3. Anytime you hit 7.5 and you shoot 16 of them, obviously the 3 ball is a big part of your offense, but they've been aggressive too, especially when they needed to. Hey, we need a bucket here. They go into Andrews, they go into blocker inside, and then they make it happen.
Well, you know, Bobby, if you look to the beginning of the year and you could pick 2 teams just randomly predicting who would get here, I think most people would have picked these 2 teams to make it here to the final. So far, it's been Little Rock Christian. Lane Taylor leads the scoring with 13. He's the only player in double figures thus far for Farmington, and then Jamil Wesley with 11. He had 15 in the state title game a year ago, and then the 3 right out the gate for Mitchell Morris.
You say they're going to cool off, but apparently not. 8 of 17 now from the 3-point line for Little Rock Christian, lead back to 16.
You know, for the Cardinals, they just want to keep Andrews, Wesley, and Blocker from those 3 balls. They left Morris open, want to live with it. He connected, and that one will stay with Farmington after the miss. Down by 17 is the Cardinals, but still early here in this second half. Just got to get the offense going. Little Rock Christian's defense has really been too much thus far. Simpson on the inbound 3, rimming out. Now Landron Blocker, he'll feed it into the corner. Morris wants another side rim, tails off, and now the Cardinals to push. Berry ahead of the defense, can't finish. Moving downhill.
Yeah, defense affected Berry. Certainly there, you'd like to see him go up a little more aggression and try to finish at the rim.
Now Morris thought about the 3. He was about to jack up 3 in a row there. They got Watson all alone. Corner triple, too strong. And it'll be out of bounds. I say it'll be out of bounds. Was that a foul or was that?
They were saying Andrews was on the line as he made contact with the basketball, so it's going to be a dead ball rebound for Farmington if you're keeping the box score at home, which if you're not, I don't know what you're doing, to be quite honest.
Right. Well, Bobby, that's why you got good eyes. You called that the Eagle vision. 3 ball, that one's blocked from Morris, and then he's trying to lead the break. Good defense in transition, though, from Farmington. Morris, quick pass up top to Andrews. The free throw jumper, money.
The lost art of the mid-range jumper. You see the defense is sagged off. You just elevate from 15 feet and tickles the nylon.
That was a good look there up top from Little Rock Christian. Andrews driving in. Unguarded, really, and if you can knock down that shot, there's their 3-level score, scoring from everywhere, it seems.
And that's a well-contested jump shot as well. I mean, great job by Maxon Teeter, the 6'6 junior, to close out, hand in the face. But that sometimes talent prevails. Andrews, who averages 21 points a game, he's 4 of 8 from the field, now into double figures with 10, got 3 rebounds, a single assist. He's starting to put it together. And this is why Little Rock Christian and teams like that, and Farmington, when they've got it going, are so tough to beat, because it's not just one player. They can return to option 1, 2, or 3. And again, that's why they're playing for a state championship tonight.
Well, that's exactly right. Little Rock Christian, they won the 4A5. They were the top team there. Went 15-1 in conference play. Their only loss was to the team that finished second, Clinton. That was actually their last loss that they've had. Farmington, 14-0 in conference play, the 4A1. They have, like I mentioned, 27 games in a row, but that's in jeopardy of falling tonight as they're down by 19. Got a big hole to climb out of.
You mentioned the loss to Clinton, and I think that was the worst thing that could have happened to the rest of the state, because Little Rock Christian has woken up since that point. 12 straight games, 12 straight wins by an average of 26 points.
Clinton awokened a beast.
They did.
And Little Rock Christian has looked dominant ever since. You're exactly right. Jamil Wesley brings it ahead for the Warriors, trying to add to this 19-point lead. They have jacked up a lot of threes, and they've gone down quite a bit. Farmington, you know, that's been what they've tried to do, just limiting the looks from close as Andrews misses on the fadeaway. But it'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Farmington.
Yep, 32 threes combined between these two teams. 8 of 19 for Little Rock Christian. If you're Coach Kyle Pennington, you're taking those numbers every time out. Just 1 of 13 for Farmington. Bad time to pick the worst shooting game of the year.
The game that matters most. Nice feed. Andrews, look out below.
That's the danger of Christian's offense. You converge on blocker, and that leaves somebody wide open. And Andrews, 2 hands for safety at the rim.
Boy, he can't be a sophomore. My goodness, he plays like a veteran. Simpson, corner 3, off the mark. A nice pass ahead to Landron Blocker, but again, good transition defense for Farmington. It's about the only thing keeping them around right now. Step back 3, rimming out. Farmington will push now.
Final 5 minutes of this third quarter, JB. The Cardinals have got to win it. Obviously, they can't come back. That's a good start. Lane Taylor buries one from the top of the key.
Boy, heating up. Taylor desperately needed that one. That one's a baseline from Blocker. No good. Taylor's got to get rolling. He's the team's leading scorer. But my goodness, you've also got to have other guys step up. Barry or Simpson one. Taylor, the pull up again. Rims out.
I think we're about to see Lane Taylor try to take over this game, and normally that's a pretty good recipe. Nothing else is seeming to working for Farmington, so we'll go back to the well that got you here.
Lane Taylor, a guy that as a sophomore eclipsed 1,000 career points, named the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette Underclassman of the Year in 2022. First team All-Arkansas a year ago from the Arkansas Democratic-Gazette, as well as Blockers 3 from the corner, no good. Now the Cardinals trying to turn it into points, and by Cardinals, I mean Lane Taylor and company. Good defense getting back for Little Rock Christian, my goodness.
Farmington went 35-1 last year. That lone loss came in the semifinals. You know they were wanting to come out here and play well. And Little Rock Christian has just been a little too tough up to this point. 18-point margin.
43-25 with 4:06 to go, halfway through the third quarter of play. And Little Rock Christian, the start that they had to begin this thing, 10-0. They haven't looked back. Farmington's trying to keep it close. Kirkman, the 3, nothing but net for the corner.
They ran that same exact inbounds play against Little Rock Mills, and it started a big run in the fourth quarter. We'll see if that does the same here against Little Rock Christian in the title game.
They try to go entry pass to a Blocker, and we're going to have a foul underneath. That's Lane Taylor trying to body up down low.
Taylor took a big blow to the face there. Elbow to the chin, but Blocker had position, didn't have room to come down. He hit the media break. Big 3 for Farmington, but can they climb back into it?
15-point lead for the Warriors as we head to our timeout. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sport.
What does it mean to be great?
It's the rhythm of the heart.
The spirit refusing to surrender.
It isn't born from a moment of glory. It's woven in the fabric of progress.
For the journey is where champions are born. To be courageous is to dance with the storm of adversity. The fact that I have UAMS Health by my side, it's just a blessing. And without UAMS Health, I wouldn't be the player that I am today.
This is the PBS app, ready for you when you want to watch full episodes of your favorites. Stream anytime, anywhere with the free PBS app.
Is now in session.
I don't watch much. We're back here in the 4A State Championship game. Take a look at our student athletes of the game. It's J.J. Andrews from Little Rock Christian Academy. A 6'7" sophomore guard, has a 3.72 GPA, and he's not saying I'm going to slack off any. I'm shooting for the stars. Plans to play professional basketball in his career, and if the bloodline has anything to say about it, I wouldn't bet against him. J.J. Andrews, our student athlete of the contest.
Yeah, he is well on his way. Just a sophomore, plays very smart basketball, very high basketball IQ. And I think most of the basketball world thinks highly of him as well. A very highly touted recruit by most recruiting agencies. On the entry pass, alley-oop, Landry Blocker, get out of here.
You think you're throwing it up for Andrews, and he just returns the favor, and Blocker brings down the house.
The smile on Blocker's face said it all. He is having a good time. Lane Taylor just trying to find a way to fight his team back in it. Cannot get it to go. The defense for the Warriors has been so strong. I think the Warriors are content to slow things down. When they don't get the first look they want, they milk that clock. You got that luxury when you're up by 17, Bobby. Trying to go again was Blocker, and he is fouled, trying to make it back-to-back throwdowns.
You're starting to see Little Rock Christians feeling it. The smiles are out there. They're trying to attack the rim. And you like the aggressiveness there. Tries to finish. To earn himself 2 at the foul line.
Landry Blocker, my goodness gracious. He has had a couple of emphatic dunks. As a senior, it's a one way to go out in your final game, make it count. He's laying it all out there, no question. Second team All-Arkansas selection a year ago as he rims that one home on the first free throw. But look at this play, Bobby, my goodness.
Barry just goes up and contests it. You like the aggressiveness on both sides. Don't shy away from it. Make sure you don't end up on a poster. Barry partially blocks it, got a little too much contact with the body.
Blocker gets them both. 19-point lead again.
Huge final 3 minutes for Farmington. You feel like they probably need to get back this to 12 before the end of the quarter if they want to have a real chance in the fourth.
Simpson, the corner three. It just won't go down. Barry, the up and under reverse. My goodness.
Makes it a little more difficult on himself, but uses the rim as a little extra protection. And Barry's got 6 now.
Boy, they needed that offensive rebound, something Little Rock Christian has done oh so well this evening on the put back, the second chance opportunity. Still a 17-point lead, hand in his face. Wesley buries it.
You just got to pick your poison with Little Rock Christian, and there's a lot of poison on the floor right now for the Warriors as they are dropping it in from everywhere as Wesley knocks down another 3. He's got 14.
As a team, 9 of 22 from deep. It's Taylor's baseline drive. He'll kick it out. Boy, the closeout defense, as you mentioned, from Little Rock Christian is unbelievable. Up top, Kirkman, hand in his face, off the rim, but an offensive rebound from Lane Taylor. Nice find, Taylor. Quick pass, Simpson. Thought about the 3. They'll drive baseline, feeds to Barry with a left hand, easy lay-in.
That's great ball movement there for Farmington. You can see the panic a little bit from Little Rock Christian's defense. They're starting to scramble. The extra pass gets the easy lay-in.
Keegan Roberts into the game for the first time for Farmington as well. The lead is back to 18 for the Warriors. Wesley driving baseline. Feeds it out to Morris. Hoyce off the back of the backboard, no good. Then a foul after the rebound.
The first team foul on Little Rock Christian in this quarter. It's been a really clean game, a lot of flow to this contest. And if you're Farmington, you'd almost wish there's a few more stoppages of play that help slow down the pace of it. Maybe catch your breath and see the ball go through the net, because Farmington hasn't seen it many times happen tonight. See the replay from Barry there, nice up and under. They need more of that, does Farmington.
Lane Taylor going downhill, high off the glass. Nice finish from the senior.
18 now for Taylor. Got to go downhill. 16-point game, win the final 75 seconds. Here for Farmington, get a couple stops, another bucket on the other end. You'll feel okay about yourself going into the fourth. At least you'll have a chance.
Certainly got to get a stop. That is paramount right now for Farmington. Right now it seems like Little Rock Christian cannot miss, at least very often. Wesley, the step back 3, too strong, tipped around, and the rebound and a foul. Nice off or defensive rebound by Cameron Chrisman, and he was fouled by J.J. Andrews.
That might have been a heat check from Wesley. Trying to force that one a little bit, not within the flow of the offense, too strong. And you've got 14 points in the state title game, knocking it down from the perimeter like he is, 4 of 8 before that one. Sometimes you got to test the waters, see how hot you are.
That's exactly what he was doing, feeling it. Nice ball movement again. They get it to Lane Taylor. Trying to go to work. got the friendly roll. I thought there's no way that was going to go in.
That's a members-only bounce. That comes from spending hours and maybe years in the gym. Sometimes you get that friendly roll. 14-point game.
Lane Taylor give him 20, a 20-piece in the state title game. Just trying to keep his team around. 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. They left Watson all alone. Thought about the baseline drive. Feeds it out high. That's Jamil Wesley. Lost the basketball. Going to have to throw it up as Landron blocker. That one nearly went down. Andrews throws it up at the buzzer. No. And that will send us to the fourth quarter. So 3 quarters of basketball are in the books. Only 8 minutes left to decide our 4A state champion in the boys division. 50-36, Little Rock Christian on top. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
Is now in session.
50-36, Little Rock Christian on top by 14. Been lots of highlights tonight, Bobby.
It started with that early 10-0 run for the Warriors, and that's kind of how it's been at that point. Little Rock Christian's pushed it as much as 20. Farmington continues to get back, but can they make that run to get all the way back? That's the question. They made a little mini run to close that third quarter, got them back within 14. Now can they go ahead and make that final push here in the fourth, get it to a 6-point game, maybe a 5-point game? Maybe that pressure starts to mount on the defending champion. Sometimes when you've got that target on your back and you've been coasting for a while, and all of a sudden the pressure turns back up, you never know how teams, especially teenagers, handle it.
That's exactly right. So tough in a huge game like this. Statistically, Lane Taylor leads all scores with 20. Jackson Berry's got 8. And then 3 players in double figures for Little Rock Christian. Jamil Wesley leading the way with 14. 12 apiece for J.J. Andrews and Landron Blocker. And then Mitchell Morris, a couple of 3-pointers. He's got 6. But it's really been Lane Taylor, and Berry's helped out a little bit. Going to need a lot more from other players. Either that or Lane Taylor's going to have to go and hyperdrive.
You have to take it over.
That's a start. High off the glass with a right hand. Cuts the lead to 12.
I think that's a really good idea. Spread the floor, get a ball screen, let Taylor go one-on-one with maybe a matchup Little Rock Christian doesn't like. That time it works out for Farmington.
J.J. Andrews, he'll feed it over to Jamil Wesley. Jamil Wesley committed and signed to Henderson State, where his father played. A lot of talent on both teams, as we've mentioned all throughout. Blocker fakes the defender, caught him napping, and puts it up and in.
It was really good defense for Farmington. You think the ball's dead there, but that's when the 6'6" link comes into play for Blocker. You think there's no way he can get to the rim from there. He certainly can with one step.
Taylor, the double screen, cannot get it to go on that triple try. The Warriors up by 14. They've led by as much as 21. Swinging around to Morris. Again, Warriors in no hurry at all. Friend of theirs is the clock. It's Wesley, deep 3, back iron miss. Farmington looking to go the other way. Step to the side, Kirkman 3. Off iron again. And we head the other way. Nice ball movement. Corner feed, Watson baseline drive, baits the defender, and he's fouled hard by Jackson Berry.
Yeah, Berry trying to close out. That one sounded and looked probably a whole lot worse than it actually was. Berry trying to close out in his 6'6" frame. That's a cross-body block. That's a move the NWO would have been proud of in the late 90s.
How about that drive, though, by Tristan Watson and a good ball fake. Boy, he had me fooled. I thought he was going up with it all the way. Draws the foul. High basketball IQ play there from Watson.
Berry's got 4 personal fouls. Hasn't gotten the offensive going tonight. And that's a huge cog for Farmington. They're going to keep him out there for the final 6:15 as they need his production on both ends of the floor.
Watson gets them both. You can imagine, Bobby, Little Rock Christian's going to try to attack Berry and get that 5th. You really like that because, you know, outside of Taylor, Berry's one of the better guys that can step up and contribute.
Little Rock Christian going with a little half-court trap, but Farmington handles it well there.
Taylor got all over him. Tough shot, and he finishes.
Mid-range jumper, that's where his game is really at its best tonight. The 3 balls not working, just 1 of 8 from distance. He's been pretty good from inside the arc.
Now Andrews from close, little soft floater with the left hand, and he rattles it home.
That's a great job by Little Rock Christian. Attack the middle of the defense for Farmington. Use the size and the soft touch from Andrews.
Trying to trap there here in the front court is Little Rock Christian. Lane Taylor looking to drive. Ball fake, got Berry up top, needs the 3. Couldn't get it to go off the left side.
That's exactly what you want to run offensively, though. Defense collapses on Taylor. Berry wide open to the top of the key. He's a 59% shooter on the season. That's how that went off the mark.
That was the look that you wanted. Now for Farmington, they need defensive stops aplenty. And for Little Rock Christian, boy, keep milking that clock, doing what they're doing. They're well in control of this. Andrews fighting through, and he is fouled hard. If that's on Berry, he's gone. It's not. It's going to be on Simpson. But that's number 3 on Simpson. He's also a big contributor, and so the foul's starting to pile up, Bobby.
That's the one thing Farmington couldn't afford. We talked about it before this game even tipped off. The rotation's really short for Coach Johnny Taylor in Farmington. Now foul trouble for the 2 bigs in size. Berry with 4, Simpson now at 3.
Andrews' first free throw's up and good, and if you look at the clock, 5 minutes, 1 second to play, 17-point game. Hey, Farmington's still in this thing, but my goodness, Bobby, there's not a lot of time left. Sense of urgency's got to be there.
Yeah, every possession is going to be so critical now for the Cardinals. Down 17, it can be done, certainly, especially as well as Farmington shoots it on a regular basis tonight. The 3 game not working, is 3 of 22 from distance.
They got Taylor open from the corner, buries it.
Speak it into existence, shall I? Johnny Taylor takes a timeout after his son buries the 3 in the corner. Not done yet. Release, rotation, splash.
That was very smooth. Smooth on the 3, but smooth off the tongue as well, Bobby. J.B. Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford. Boy, this one's a thriller. 57-43, Little Rock Christian jumped out in front 10-0, and then they've kind of kept that lead a little bit. Farmington's trying to claw back in it, but not a lot of time left. They're going to have to try for a final push.
It really has, and we're going to see if they want to extend the pressure as well. You don't necessarily want to go full court against a team that's athletic and handles the ball as well as Little Rock Christian, because they've got 5 guys on the floor. Even their bigs handle the ball well. So I don't know if that's the repertoire for Farmington to speed the game up, but they've got to find a way to get some extra possessions. Only 5 turnovers in this game from Little Rock Christian. And so they haven't been able to get those extra touches on the offensive end for Farmington. So you got to find a way to limit to your 1 shot and get something going on the other end.
Well, I like the recipe there from our man coach Bobby Swafford, dialing it up. I think you're right, though, Bobby. If you're Farmington, well, you got to score somewhat quick. I mean, you don't have to just heave up shots, but you got to make sure your possessions are brief with open looks, and then you got to play defense, which is really a tall task when you look at this Little Rock Christian lineup. J.J. Andrews, a sophomore 5-star recruit by ESPN, Jamil Wesley. He's committed to play at Henderson State, Landry Blocker to Louisiana Tech. I mean, up and down, they got guys that can score.
They got college players. I got a bunch of them. We haven't even talked about Corliss Williamson Jr. is a really good 6-man. Doesn't score a ton, but he does the trash plays, plays really good defense, gets in there and mixes it up in the paint as well.
Corliss Williamson Jr., the son of Corliss Williamson, assistant for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but probably better known for his time at Arkansas. 57-43. The Warriors trying to add to it as Wesley's fouled out high by Cameron Chrisman, and that's a tough one.
You mentioned Corliss Williamson this time with the Razorbacks. You'll find a lot of people in the state saying he may be the best high school product to ever come out of the state of Arkansas. Right. What he did at Russellville and the talent that he has, and just dominated the Arkansas high school basketball really at all levels.
That is a time, especially in basketball too, when really gritty, rough basketball players. They played hard back then. Farmington on this side, though, needing a stop against Little Rock Christian. Nice feed, but it's stolen away by Jackson Berry. Farmington slowing it down a little bit, trying to run some offense, but they don't have the luxury of time right now.
Yeah, they got to maximize these possessions so they can't make bad decisions, and that was certainly one, trying to force it to Berry in the corner.
Well, you like the idea, but the problem is that one was a high-risk, low-reward situation, and when time is of the essence, Little Rock Christian can milk a lot more clock again.
And so that turnover essentially cost you not only a chance to score, but 30 seconds at minimum on the other end.
That's right now where Little Rock Christian loves to live. The time clock is their best friend. Andrews, baseline feed. Nice ups from Watson. Basket counts, and he's going to the line.
He gets the, you think that pass is going to sail well over his head. He elevates to retrieve that one. We'll see if he can convert the three-point play after the final immediate timeout of this one.
3:19 to go. Little Rock Christian, they can feel it. Looking for back-to-back state titles. The final from this one. When we come back, you're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie. I row with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC. I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Is now in session.
Southern Lofts is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports and our Arkansas student athletes. You can find them at 3155 North College Ave in Fayetteville. Southern Lofts, a different kind of furniture store. For more info, just visit mysouthernloft.com.
So out of the timeout, Watson can't complete the three-point play. Farmington's trailing by 16, and they have got to move. Taylor's trying to direct traffic, wants to clear out, wants to go ISO. Nice hezzy move. Pull up, Jay got it. Nice move from Lane Taylor.
He's been able to get to the lane quite often tonight. He's 13 of 28 now from the field. When you take away the three-point line, he's 11 of 19. He's efficient around the basket.
Surprised that Farmington not bringing much pressure, still staying in that zone. You got to think after a stop or a made bucket here soon, they're going to go to that. Landry blockers got it out high.
Next foul will put the Warriors at the foul line for the bonus.
Blocker with 8 to shoot. Nice find to Watson, missed it, trying to throw it back up. Andrews, the offensive rebound and the putback.
That's what Farmington can't avoid to happen. You get a gift with the missed layup down below by Watson. You give up the offensive rebound, and that putback pushes the lead back to 14 with about 2 minutes to play. Could be a backbreaker.
Taylor trying to set up, snap back, 3, nothing but net.
Lane Taylor, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile, knocks down a triple. 32 points for number 33.
Taylor trying to keep his team around. Is there enough time left? Little Rock Christian, they can feel it, trying to make it back-to-back state titles. J.J. Andrews feeds to Jamil Wesley. Down low, tipped away, stolen by Taylor. Gonna try to move. Fast break. Try to cross over, loose basketball. Taylor, corner three, hand in his face, and he's fouled. That'll be 3 free throws and a chance for Farmington to bring this the closest it's been in a long while.
If you ask Coach Kyle Pennington, what can you not do in the final 2 minutes? And that's allow Farmington to score with the clock being stopped, AKA shooting fouls. Can't allow that. You like the closeout, but it's a little too aggressive by Williamson there. And now Lane Taylor, who shoots it at over 80% from the foul line, has got 3.
Well, and he's a guy, too, that's already a tough shot. You can live with it, I think, if he makes it, but you don't want to give him a chance to make it a 4-point play, or in this case, he'll get 3 free throws after he missed it. He's knocked down the first 2. It's not really been to single digits in quite some time early in the first half. Knocking them all down. Lane Taylor, ice in his veins. 3 more to cut the lead to 10 with 1:39 to go. Boy, it's starting to come down to the wire.
Now they're starting to extend that press. A little 1-2-2 action. Little Rock Christian seems to handle it here.
They got time to get it across. Got the corner feed to Tristan Watson. Now they get it to Jamil Wesley, and they'll set things up.
See how early Farmington wants to start giving up fouls, because the next one will put the Warriors in the bonus.
Watson out high. Taylor fouls.
They were waiting for the ball to get to Watson. They had circled the sophomore and said, okay, who do we want to foul? It's going to be number 10. And that puts him in the foul line in the bonus. Of course, with the new high school free throw rules this year. No more 1-and-1. 15th foul of a quarter. No shooting free throws.
Well, if you're Farmington and company, you like that foul because it puts a guy that's a youngster at the line in a high-pressure situation.
You have watched high school basketball much this year. You recognize it, but if this is the first time you've tuned in, this is the new rule for free throws. Yeah. It's gone to the NBA and women's college basketball style. No more than 1-and-1s, 2 free throws every time, and those foul counts reset after each quarter. Big, though, for Farmington as Watson misses 1 of 2 there. Now it's an 11-point game.
Lane Taylor and the Farmington Cardinals off the crossover 3, won't go, gets his own miss. Nice no-look feed to Teeter, he missed it. He wants that one back. Outlet ahead, blocker, emphasis! Oh my goodness! Other end, rejected by Wesley. And the Warriors from Little Rock Christian, they can feel it.
They can certainly feel it. Another highlight reel tomahawk from blocker, and the erasure on the other end.
That right there, my friend, might have been the exclamation mark from Landron Blocker. You go back to the missed 2 from Teeter. That was tough. A no-look from Taylor would have cut it to single digits. And then it's a 4-point play as it switches to this one-hand jam from Landron Blocker.
That's a big-time finish. Likely got fouled on the way up. He just elevates and finishes emphatically. Farmington just never get to stop, JB. They got it to 10 several times. They cut it to 12. They never could get over the hump. And when you ask yourself, what was the difference in this game? It was the first 2 minutes. 10-0 run just like that from Little Rock Christian. And here we are, final minute of the game. That 10-point swing, likely the difference.
That's a great point. That was where Farmington dug themselves a hole a little too big. Taylor's foul, gets the basket to count. Taylor doesn't want this one to end just yet.
Yeah, he's not done. He can't get to number 2 on the all-time scoring list, but he's certainly going to try. He's been one of the most entertaining high school basketball players that this state has seen in a long, long time. 37 points here tonight. Unfortunately for him, his career likely going to end on a sour note, but it's really been really impressive to watch. His 4 years, and people in North Texas, you live in Denton, you might want to go get some tickets to watch this young man play in college.
No doubt about it. No knock on his teammates, but Lane Taylor, a very large reason why this team made it to the state championship game. A foul now, J.J. Andrews, and really time, not a lot of it left. If Farmington has any hope, they're going to have to hope that Little Rock Christian can miss free throws.
Yep. The control of this game is all about the Warriors, 1, taking care of the basketball, but 2, knocking down free throws. If they hit their free throws, this game has been put away. Of course, 39 points, that can be done. even with the 3-ball. It's all about the charity stripe, and Little Rock Christian has been near outstanding. 9 of 13 now from the charity line.
Certainly good enough to win a ball game. The biggest game of the year on the biggest stage. And Little Rock Christian trying to do it twice as Andrews knocks both down. Corliss Williamson Jr. back into the game. A 13-point lead as Lane Taylor picks it up. Crosses over, beats his man to the lane. Nice put in. He's got 39. We'll have a timeout. Still an 11-point game with 35 seconds to go. Bobby, boy, it's a 3-possession game. Excuse me, it's a 4-possession game.
It's all about turnovers. I mean, at this point, in 35 seconds, I mean, you're looking at realistically 3, maybe 4 possessions if they turn it over. You've got to play flawless basketball, but if Little Rock Christian protects it and they make it from the foul line, this one's over. But Lane Taylor with a 40-piece tonight. 40 points and 40 of the 56 for Farmington. And I know that the Cardinals and Coach Taylor thought, hey, if they get their normal production from Berry, from Teeter, from Kirkman, even Mason Simpson, if they get their normal production, they had a really good chance to win this game. Unfortunately, Little Rock Christian has done a nice job on the role players for the Cardinals. They have almost said, you know what, Taylor, you can have yours. Nobody else is going to get theirs. And that's what happened. And the Warriors about to win a state championship because of it.
That's right. Taylor, you have your night. Then Little Rock Christian, the 3-headed monster in Andrews, Wesley, and Blocker. Boy, you combine for those guys. That is tough sledding for any team. So here we go. Out of the timeout, 35 seconds to play. Barring a collapse and a meltdown from Little Rock Christian, they're going to win back-to-back state titles. They got some work to do, though. As they inbounds, they're going to foul Landry Blocker. 2 seconds off the clock. It's not over yet. Going to have to really be a lot of missed free throws and, I mean, absolute, you said it, near perfection from Farmington if they have any hope.
Well, that's what you have to do. If you don't get the steal on the inbounds, you've got to foul right away. You don't have the luxury of waiting until the ball goes to the one that you want to foul at this point in the game. So they give it up, Blocker to the line.
Averaging 16 points a game all year, knocks down the first one. Blocker's got 17, so he's right on par with his average. He'll have one more to make it a baker's dozen. Got it. Here we go. Lane Taylor going to try to score quickly. Lost it off his foot, out of bounds. And that might be all she wrote.
Haven't been many turnovers in this one. Just a 6th miscue by Farmington in this game. So that one costly and likely the final nail in their season, unfortunately, for the Cardinals. They've been fun to watch, but Little Rock Christian clearly the better team from start to finish in this one.
A turnover gives it right back, so Berry bringing it ahead. All the way to the lane. Couldn't get it to go. They'll leave it ahead now to Landry Blocker. He is, oh my, I thought he was fouled. No! Dunk contest. Taylor for deep 3, no good. Does Blocker have another? He's gonna let it run out. And there you have it. The buzzer sounds. Little Rock Christian on top of the 4A boys basketball world as they win it back-to-back.
Little Rock Christian starts with a 10-0 run, and they finish with the most emphatic exclamation point you'll ever see in a contest. Between the legs, Landry Blocker caps off a glorious career at Little Rock Christian back-to-back.
What a game it was. 10-0 run to start the game for Little Rock Christian, and they never looked back. They'll finish the year 28-7, back-to-back state championships as they knock off Farmington 71-56. We will step aside, talk to our MVP and Coach Kyle Pennington. When we come back, you're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
You wouldn't drink it, so why breathe it? Vaping liquids contain chemical oils that can severely damage your lungs. Don't get lost in the fog. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie. I row with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
What does it mean to be great?
It's the rhythm of the heart.
The spirit refusing to surrender.
It isn't born from a moment of glory. It's woven in the fabric of progress.
For the journey is where champions are born. To be courageous is to dance with the storm of adversity. The fact that I have UAMS Health by my side, it's just a blessing. And without UAMS Health, I wouldn't be the player that I am today.
We're launching our 2024 New Member Challenge, and our goal is to gain 2,500 new members before June 30th. If we reach our goal, Arkansas PBS Foundation will receive a $45,000 challenge fund provided by generous ambassador Circle donors. If you're already a donor to Arkansas PBS, thank you. We couldn't do it without you. If not, now is the perfect time to join and help us meet our 2024 New Member Challenge goal.
Are you nervous?
A little.
And action!
Bright things ahead, darling. Brightness and joy.
I've got plans.
Everything feels better after a cup of tea. No talking.
I just want to be right here in this moment with you.
You're going to be a bigger star than ever.
This is good news for all of us.
Best episode ever.
Do you want to come to Antiques Roadshow in Bentonville, Arkansas?
Yeah!
You made my day.
Holy moly.
Scan code or visit pbs.org/roadshow2024 to enter for tickets and see complete rules. Deadline is March 18th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. Winners selected at random. Must be 18 to apply. Good luck.
(71-56). Little Rock Christian on top of the 4A basketball world. As we welcome you back to Bank OZK Arena, the trophies were presented back-to-back state champs. As we welcome you courtside, JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford and head coach Kyle Pennington.
Yeah.
Coach, congrats.
Thank you so much.
It's got to feel
Thank
great.
you. Man, it does. It feels really good. I'm very proud of our kids. You know, we kind of had a chip on our shoulder. We felt like the underdog, even though we weren't, right? Everybody knows we're a really good basketball team, but there was a lot of talk about Farmington and their team, and that they're a really good basketball team, but we kind of took that personally. And defensively, I thought we were really, really good tonight.
What happened on January 23rd? The last time you lost, you lose that game. Did they wake the beast up? 13 straight wins, averaging over 20 points a contest. It seemed like that lit the fire under your team to finish strong.
It definitely did, and I'm a firm believer that sometimes you need that. Last year we lost to Little Rock Robinson right around the same time, and it just kind of redirected us, got us right where we wanted to go, and these guys took off with it. I couldn't be more proud of this team. These seniors deserve this. J.J. Andrews over here, everything that he's done. Man, I can't say enough about this basketball team. I'm so proud of these dudes. Just a heck of a game for sure.
Well, Coach, you feel like coming in, the game plan was to let Taylor do what he wants, but make sure nobody else could score. Y'all did just that.
Yeah, I would say that you nailed it on the head. You see what we did. He had 40 tonight. We wanted to take all those other kids away, and I thought we did a really good job of that. You know, I think they scored 56 points. He had 40 of them. So, I mean, that's exactly, we didn't think those other guys could score enough if we took them away. And so, heck of a player. Lane Taylor's a heck of a basketball player. We got a heck of a basketball team.
You started hot, you finished hot, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks so much, Coach. Congrats.
You bet.
We will talk to our player of the game here momentarily, J.J. Andrews, the MVP of the state title game in the 71-56 win. Boy, you look at the stats, 52% from the field. You're going to win a lot of games when you shoot that well from the field. The Warriors did from beginning to end. It was halftime. We thought, man, the way that they were playing, you thought that'll slow down, but it didn't. Little Rock Christian kept pushing the tempo. They end 9 of 26 from beyond the arc. They forced some turnovers. Their rebound battle was big. As we take a look here at the final game highlights to wrap and show you how this one came to fruition. It was the 3-ball raining all game long. Andrews got in on it. That was Holloway, got him a 3. Lane Taylor, it was his game for sure. Ended up with a 40-piece, a talented game from him. But Little Rock Christian, plenty of points as well. And it all started with J.J. Andrews. J.J., congrats on the win. You guys got to be feeling good. Back-to-back state championships. What's going through your mind?
Man, it's just I can't even put it into words, man. I love these guys. I love my coaches, man. We all stayed together. We stuck together all season through thick and thin, and we got the dub.
You heard all season long how good a Farmington program was. That 10-0 start, how big was that for confidence? Obviously, you guys had a lot of confidence for the defending state champs. What did that mean to you, though, to get set off to a hot start?
Man, that start, that was huge for us. You know, we got to get out in front because they're a very talented team, and Lane, he's a very talented player, and we know that he can get hot, so we had to come out with a lot of energy.
I got to talk about that one play, the alley-oop to block. He had a lot of big ones, but that one, you guys seem to be in sync. It must be fun to win with a guy like that.
Yes, sir. Coach drew up a play right then and there, and we always work on that play at the end of practice. And, you know, he drew it up. We executed it well, and it was a beautiful play.
You set the bar pretty high for yourself. 2 years in high school basketball, 2 state championships. How do you feel? I mean, I'm not going to say what do you do the next 2 years, but obviously you've set the bar.
Yes, sir. You know, we got a great group of guys. You know, those seniors, you know, we're going to miss them a bunch. You know, they bring a whole lot to the team. Next year, we just got to keep building, keep working, and hopefully we can be right back in 5A.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Congrats, JJ. Go celebrate with your team. That was JJ Andrews, our state MVP. Boy, played his tail off. Heartbreak for Farmington as Lane Taylor drops a 40-piece, but it wasn't enough, Bobby.
Sometimes the whole is greater than the single parts. Is that what it says? I'll just make up things as we go. But, yeah, you're exactly right. Really impressive performance from Taylor, but even better from Little Rock Christian. Tomorrow, we got a big slate that starts with the 5A girls, Greenwood and Valonia, rematch of the championship game last year. I'm just going to throw out a public service announcement for everybody. If you're coming to the games tomorrow in person here at Banco ZK Arena, get here early. Both sessions, not a whole lot of tickets left. The house is going to be rowdy.
Those are 2 very prominent programs in the 5A girls division. The 5A boys to final, 6A boys and girls to close out the afternoon and the evening tomorrow. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Bobby, it was a pleasure. A good one from start to finish. Boy, you blinked and you might miss something. Little Rock Christian makes it back-to-back state champions. 71-56. That's going to do it for us. So for my partner, Bobby Swafford, I'm JB Brazil saying so long from Hot Springs here in Bank OZK Arena. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sport.